The fountain pen chilled my fingers as I hovered over the merger packet. Investors waited for my name. One signature and 10 years would crystallize. My phone buzzed. I read the message under the table. Caleb, sold that rotting shack of yours in the Keys. $500K cash. Repayment for what you owe the family. Don't bother coming home. I didn't flinch. I looked up and smiled. Everything all right, Miss Mercer? Gideon Hart asked. Perfect, I said, and signed. Ink flowed. Hands reached for handshakes. Something in me clicked shut. Orphanhood chosen. We'd never been rich, only loud about our pedigree. Father chased the past, mother coddled Caleb, and I was the spare daughter meant to marry a bailout. I took a scholarship instead of a debut. Father disowned me. My hobby became Sentinel Systems, and suddenly they wanted tribute. 3 years ago, I bought a private strip of the Florida Keys. To my family, it was a shack to renovate. In truth, it was Black Glass Reach, $40 million in glass and steel, wired with biometrics and encryption, staffed by a quiet team who knew how to vanish. Caleb had hunted the deed for months. Now he'd found a crooked notary and thought he'd sold what wasn't his. In the corridor, I called my head of security. Reed, who bought it? Keys clicked. Viktor Sokolov, cash buyer, dangerous ties, half paid now, half when your brother hands over keys. Do we stop them? Reed asked. No, I said. Open the main gate when they arrive. Ghost protocol. Let Caleb play owner, let him take the money. A beat. Sokolov doesn't do refunds. I know, I said, as the elevator doors closed. Neither do I. 2 hours later, my jet skimmed over teal water and dropped into Marathon's tiny airport. I didn't go to the peninsula. I went to our off-site hub, an unmarked warehouse 5 miles inland. Inside, the air smelled of solder and old coffee. Reed met me in jeans and a sun-faded cap. Your brother's in town, he said, handing me a headset. I took the center chair. Black Glass Reach filled the monitor wall, the front gate, the palm-lined drive, the villa's white patio. Under the landscaping sat my prototypes, thermal sensors, mics, and turrets that slept unless I woke them. 1600, Reed said. We open the gate. Team stays ghost. No weapons, no insignia, gardeners and staff. Let him feel important, I said, and meant it. The gate feed jumped. A silver Porsche rolled up, paint gleaming like entitlement. Caleb drove, sweating and grinning. Beside him sat Viktor Sokolov, broad, calm, eyes like locked doors. 2 black SUVs idled behind them. Caleb swiped a plastic keycard. The reader flashed red. He laughed anyway, talking fast to Sokolov as if the system were flirting. I met Reed's gaze and gave one small nod. The gates swung open. They climbed the drive, past hibiscus and hidden steel. On the audio channel, Caleb crowed, Told you, my sister's all spreadsheets. I'm the real key. At the villa, a gardener offered lemonade. Caleb strutted, thrusting a folder of forged papers forward. Sokolov barely touched it. A heavy duffel changed hands. Caleb unzipped it. His face lit like a jackpot. I watched his knuckles whiten on the zipper, greed drowning his caution. I set my thumb on the switch that would end his fantasy. I pressed the switch. The gardeners straightened. Shears dropped. Weapons flashed from tool belts. The villa's shutters slammed down, sealing the patio. A thin tone screamed from hidden speakers. Sokolov's men staggered, hands to ears. Caleb froze with the duffel half open. Sokolov lifted his eyes to the camera. I keyed the mic. Hello, Caleb? His face emptied. Lena, what is this? You sold my home, I said. And you sold it to a man who doesn't forgive. It's family property, he gasped. I had papers. Sokolov turned to him, voice low. You said you were heir. He's a forger, I said. A gambler, a thief. Reed murmured, team's ready. I kept my voice flat. Viktor Sokolov, I don't want a war. Keep what you paid. Leave my land now. Take him with you as repayment for wasted time. Caleb dropped to his knees, clutching the duffel. Lena, please. I already sent the evidence, I said. The notary, the signatures, the footage. My parents can scream at lawyers. I didn't answer their calls. Sokolov stared into the lens. then nodded once. His men yanked Caleb up, stripped the duffel away, and shoved him into the SUV. His screams tore through the mics until the door slammed. Engines turned. The convoy rolled back down my drive. Reed opened the gate, then closed it behind them like a verdict. Only then did my hands start to shake. "You're free," Reed said. I watched the water glitter on the screens and felt the merger ink drying in some distant tower. "Free," I whispered, "and empty." At dusk, I stood on the patio, ocean breathing beyond the glass. "No more shack," I told the wind. "Just home."